Fox Local is Fox 5 New York. Stream live news and more.
We got a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Fox Local is built for you, on your phone, on your TV, as local as you are. Fox Local.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
Captain, ever since you discovered zesty Hidden Valley Ranch, you never stay in character anymore.
You know we're not actually pirates, right?
Of course we be pirates. Look at me hook.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
Hey, it's the Golwicks here for DraftKings, getting you ready for the Sunday slate of games. A Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and Niners highlight Week 7. Kansas City has covered the spread in each of the last 4 matchups between these two teams, including their 25-22 overtime victory back in February. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app and use the promo code when you sign up.
Welcome back. Each week I put together a same-day parlay with DraftKings, and you can too. So, guys, I want your opinion, Mike, on this one. Jared Goff, 275-plus passing yards. Sam Darnold. And then, of course, my anytime touchdown is Amon-Ra St. Brown. How do you feel about that QB
for
parlay?
Jared Goff, I don't think he get 275. It's going to be a heavy dose of the run. Run and pass, but a heavy dose of run. Sam Darnold, yes, I see them passing the ball a lot, him being under a little duress. So, yes.
All right, it's the only time in life I hope that you're wrong. All right, DraftKings Sportsbook, #1 place to bet touchdowns this season. New customers bet $5. You get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app. Use the promo code KICKOFF. All right, weekly picks. We only got 20 seconds. I'm going Chiefs because they're the underdog. I'm looking for 2 points. What you got, Mike?
Lions over the Vikings.
Lions over the Vikings?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Jules?
I got Atlanta. You put that trap in, you steal that trap. Yes, I like that.
I like that. Colts beat the Dolphins.
You like that?
Enjoy the game.
Happy birthday, London.
You know, when the NFL schedule comes out, we all do the same thing. We circle the important matchups early. Today is one of those days that was circled, starred, and highlighted.
What an atmosphere.
Levi Stadium, and this place is rocking.
Ain't nothing better than today.
Ever since February, we've known 2 football giants in a rematch of one of the most unforgettable Super Bowls.
Back to back Super Bowl champion.
But here's the thing about that football calendar. There are also those games we didn't see coming. How about the league's other undefeated team, the Minnesota Vikings, challenging the Lions atop the division? All today. That's the beauty of this game.
Y'all need some inspiration. I'm going to show y'all.
All the way to the house.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
You see, the schedule can tell us the when and where, but the how and why. That is what makes Sunday special. It's the Week 7 we've all been waiting for on Fox.
Well, Vikings fan Josh Duhamel has to be loving this guy. Sam Darnold has been reborn in Minnesota, and his MVP candidacy has the Vikings as the last undefeated team in the NFC as they come into a monster home matchup with the league's highest-scoring team and the squad nipping on their heels, Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. First place in football's best division is on the line in just about an hour here on Fox. Meanwhile, elsewhere, for the first time, longtime Giant fan favorite Saquon Barkley will play in the Meadowlands in a visitor's uniform. He'll be wearing Eagles green in a payback game against Big Blue. And if those games are the main course, how's this for a decadent dessert? A Super Bowl rematch featuring Patrick Mahomes and the undefeated Chiefs on the road to face Brock Purdy and the 49ers. It's America's game of the week. We cannot wait for that one. And after it's over, well, flip on over to FS1, where the Mets and Dodgers will play in Game 6 of the NLCS. The winner of that goes on to play the Yankees in the World Series, Game 1 of which starts right here on Fox on Friday. But what a Sunday we have in store for you today. Both of the league's undefeated teams on Fox, plus some rivalry games with a little bit extra. So let's get it rolling with the one and only Fox NFL Sunday, presented by GMC and the game-changing all-electric Hummer EV. Come on in and stay a while, folks. I'm Curt Menefee. Thanks for letting us be a part of your football Sunday. And thanks to Josh Duhamel for getting us started. He's a big Vikings fan, so you know he is locked in today. As are these guys, Terry, Howie, Michael, Jimmy.
Totally locked.
Hey,
always locked. Happy Sunday, boys.
How you doing, man?
Happy Sunday.
Pleasure to be with you.
Good to see you.
Good
It's
to
been
be
a while.
with you guys.
Well, you know, I saw you two together on Friday. That was nice in New York on Curt's show.
He was on Good Day New York. We had a good time.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have a good time today as well.
Talk of a spin. Didn't let me sing, though. I wanted to sing. Wouldn't let me
They
sing.
didn't want people to turn the channel.
We don't want people to turn the channel, so we're going to start talking football right now. And you know what? In one sense, it's only week 7, but in another, it's already week 7. So maybe that's why some teams are already shaking things up.
There were a lot of changes in the NFL this week. Devontae jetted from Sin City to the Big Apple to reunite with Rodgers. The Browns sent Amari Cooper across Lake Erie to find a new home in Buffalo, while the Steelers have decided it's time to let Russ cook in Pittsburgh. What impact will these changes have? Time will tell.
All right, Michael, the Jets got the changes started, bringing in Davante Adams this week.
Yeah, this is an all-in. This is like Aaron Rodgers, our quarterback. We don't know how much longer he's going to be here, but we're going to give him everything that he can to be successful. I mean, you already got Wilson. You got Lazard, who leads the lead in touchdown with 5. Leads the team in touchdown with 5. And Aaron Rodgers, 294 yards passing last week, the best that he's had since he's been there with the Jets. So Davante Adams, go with that defense. I don't know what to expect. I don't think any of us knows what to expect, but his hamstring miraculously healed.
Yeah.
And he'll be out there this Sunday to show us what he's got.
Go figure.
And that defense may have gotten better.
Raiders.
They finally got Hassan Reddick signed as well.
Yeah, the big move.
The Bills trying to keep pace, traded for Amari Cooper this week.
Yeah, I mean, Baltimore and Kansas City aren't getting any worse. So you got to keep pace. And I think people were jumping routes versus Buffalo because they lack of that number 1 receiver, the guy that could take the top off the defense. Amari Cooper has been number 1 in every team he's played with Oakland, with Dallas. Cleveland, you almost have to write the numbers off with the exception of the 4-game stretch with Joe Flacco. 10 targets, 120 yards a game, over 19 yards a reception, and 3 TDs. That's what he brings to Buffalo.
He's the most quiet number 1 in the league.
And you know what? Yeah. That's the biggest knock on him, and I think that will be welcome in Buffalo.
Yeah. You know, TB, the Steelers maybe surprised people this week. They're 4-2, yet they're benching Justin Fields and starting Russell Wilson at quarterback.
Hello, America. Hello, America. I totally disagree with this decision by Mike Tomlin, the head coach. I would stay with Fields. Fields fits this team personality. They like to run the football. He's a big, strong, running quarterback, athletic enough, but also a guy that can move the football through the air. I don't understand the move. I know Fields is on his 5th year of his rookie contract. Steelers haven't signed him. I know that Wilson came over from Denver. If Sean Payton, one of the greatest offensive minds in the NFL, gives up on a guy that's thrown 25 touchdowns and 6 interceptions after 15 games, I'm telling you, there's something wrong with Wilson that I don't know about. But I know this. In my opinion, Wilson should not be starting today. He didn't like him going in. Yeah.
Jimmy, look at the Lions. They just keep on winning, but obviously they lost Aiden Hutchinson last week. Huge loss for them. Should they go out and try and make a move?
At this stage of the game, Curt, probably not, unless somebody like Myles Garrett, or some great player like this. But you're not going to find that. Dan Campbell, the head coach, has done a great job of building this team from ground up. They have great work ethic. They've got great culture. They got great chemistry. They're an outstanding team. T-E-A-M. That's how you spell it, isn't it, Michael? Yeah. Yeah. You look at it. Why overpay for some old veteran that's bringing baggage that may cost you a lot of money, may have injuries, and upset the entire chemistry of that football team? So I probably would not make a trade at this stage.
Was he on the phone talking to people right there? That was the question. Is Dan Campbell walking there?
Oh, we missed it.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Over our head, Jay, look, Jimmy says he would not make a trade. The question is, are the Lions looking around?
Jimmy, they actually called around just to do their due diligence. The name that you're hearing most is really Zadarius Smith. But here's the other thing also. With a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, Dan Campbell, I talked to him this morning, and he said the break was about as perfect as you can get for such a horrific injury. It's a 4 to 6 month type injury. But he said with Aiden Hutchinson, I'm never going to count this guy out about when he's going to come back. Could be for the Super Bowl.
See, he's on the phone.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. All right.
With me.
Great. Just to be clear there.
You asked for that shot.
Jay, TB said he wouldn't have made the move with the Steelers. Why did they?
I talked to Mike Tomlin about it last night, TB, and he said, look, I went Lone Ranger on it because, TB, you're not the only one who was against this. There's a lot of people inside that organization who were as well. And he said, look, if it doesn't work out, I'll take the heat. I'll shoulder the blame, no problem. He said, the reason why I did this is I knew I had 2 quarterbacks going into camp that are very capable, but I wanted to see both of them before I made a long-term decision. Well, I haven't seen the other one. I want to see at least what I have from him, exhaust all options, and then make a decision down the stretch. He said, I'm not trying to win games. I'm trying to win a world title here. I got to see what I got in both.
Does that make you feel any better?
No. I mean, you beat the Raiders as bad as you beat them last week with him at quarterback, and you make this move. Makes no sense to me.
Or you let him play and then change it in the game. But I think you're hurting the confidence of this kid, too.
And he hasn't seen him. He's been watching him in practice.
He's been hurt the whole time. That's the thing.
Do they play both? I don't think so, Howie. I wouldn't play both. I wouldn't have a package. I wouldn't have a package for Fields.
But they are planning on doing that, right?
I would
Having
not.
a package for Fields?
It kind of depends what they want, because they know even if they put Fields out there, he's a sitting duck. They know what he's going in, and that's the run.
All right, real quick, Davante Adams, we talked about him going to the Jets. When did this trade actually go down?
It actually got worked out, the parameters, before they played their Monday night game last week against the Bills. But they just wanted to wait to see if another receiver went down, the Raiders could get better compensation, or if the Jets lost somebody. Once it happened, once that game finished up, then they got Davante on a plane out to New York to get there on Tuesday. And here's the deal. Davante Adams will play today. He'll play an awful lot. You will see a lot of him. As you said, hamstring. Woo, he's fine now. Bam.
All of a sudden, miracles can happen. All right, we've got a loaded football show for you. Stick around.
Coming up, there are 2 remaining unbeaten QBs, and we've got both. First, we'll spend some time with Sam Darnold as he and the Vikings gear up to take on their toughest opponent yet, the 4-1 Lions. And the Chiefs are up to a perfect start on their quest to become the first ever Super Bowl three-peat. The best QB in the game sits with the best of all time. That's right, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. This is as big as it gets on Fox NFL Sunday.
World, the time has come to push the button. World, the time has come to push the button. World, the time has come to push the button.
Get this low-mileage lease on this 2024 GMC Hummer EV pickup for around $849 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Welcome to Old El Paso, where tacos and football just make sense. Where our seasoning makes all your game day eats bolder. Where standing stuffed shells mean no topping fumbles ever. Go on, get yourself some in Old El Paso.
WeatherTech products are designed and manufactured in America using only American raw materials. Most competitors make things 7,000 miles away and then wonder why they don't fit. With WeatherTech in your vehicle, you may hear angels singing as you marvel. How do they do it? Simple. American technology and American workers deliver quality, not imported junk for a few bucks less. Get the world's best floor liners and support America. Find your fit at WT.com.
Big boss, man.
This is Belichick.
Talk to me. Double B.
Tyrese.
What's good with these wideouts?
He's going to get in the end zone, no doubt about that.
My man. William, answer the phone.
Billy B, my man.
Cam.
How's QB1 looking?
It's looking more like QB3. Bryson, again?
Coach, it's urgent.
Will he score a touchdown?
Yeah. That was easy. Still got it.
You just told him.
You make the call on Underdog.
All my favorites for just $7 each? That's crazy. Or am I crazy?
Seeing sevens? It's a sign to order from Pizza Hut's $7 deal lovers menu.
Wakey, wakey. Sunday morning football is back in Germany, and NFL Network has an NFC clash live from Allianz Arena in Munich. Giants, Panthers, Sunday, November 10th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network.
Hollywood! Time to go to work. Time to go to work.
The NFL on Fox.
Come on in here and stay a while, folks.
Tilt that up high. There you are. Only Brett Favre could do that. Owens made the catch. We're going to score. Ash is tipped up.
Don't you open your mouth like this. Doesn't get any better than this. I just have to say that.
He gets that nut, just like he gets the touchdown.
You don't see this all the time. The Super Bowl rematch.
I'll tag along with you, KB.
It's about that time.
In the 31 seasons of covering the NFL here at Fox, we've had some amazing moments. So it's hard to believe that today's Chiefs-49ers matchup is the first time we've ever had a rematch of the previous year's Super Bowl teams. So if the 49ers want to get revenge in this one, they've got to find a way to contain Travis Kelce. The question is just how do you stop him, Jimmy Johnson?
Curt, it's going to be difficult. The 49ers have really struggled with the explosive plays. Patrick Mahomes and Kelce have such a great connection. And the one suggestion I would have for him is, Howie, don't play man coverage.
No question, they like to play zone, but if they were going to play man, you would think the matchup of Fred Warner versus Kelce would be an advantage for San Francisco. But here, just on a shallow crossing route, he takes him. Now they go safety. And this is a great situation for them where Kelce and Mahomes are on the same page. It's a head fake. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the most athletic guy, but they're on the same page. That ball's out before he even knows where he's going.
Well, he's not that fast, like you said. Doesn't look like he's even moving very much. He's just very precise with his movements. And I asked Travis one time, I was at a golf tournament with him. I said, you know what? How do you get open? We sit in the studio and we say, we know you're getting the ball. He said he and Mahomes just have this connection. If it's a zone, he sits. If it's man, he said, I can just check up and stop at any moment, and the ball is there. He and Patrick have something special.
Now, y'all are the linebackers. How are you and Michael?
All right, Kelce, you have nothing on us.
Okay.
You have nothing, Kelce.
Look at the routes that Kelce, he can run all kinds of different routes depending on if it's man or if it's zone. Now, Jay Glazer, you are going to be Travis Kelce.
Let's go. These guys can't cover me.
Travis Kelce minus a foot.
And we got tight zone coverage on you. Let's see what you can do.
I've got to see it. You've got to see it. And when he is attempting to run his crossing route, if he sees coverage outside of him, he'll sit down in that little hole right there. I got to see it at the same time my tight end sees it.
We freelance together, baby.
Don't worry if you throw a low ball.
It's
It's
easy.
catchable.
I'm the only one who said who can still run. Let's do it. Oh, faked him. Faked him.
Right there.
Hey, leave him alone.
I'm having a player safety.
I don't think that's legal.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. Trying to get him down was like trying to pull a stump out the ground.
We will see if the 49ers have solved this problem. It's back to you, Curt.
Hey, I think we're going to have to add Jay Glazer to who's in and out for the rest of the show. We'll find out. Should be a great matchup. Meanwhile, Verizon bringing fans more access to your favorite teams. And coming up on the other side of the break, we're giving you more access to two of the greatest QBs of all time as they sit down for a can't-miss conversation.
Verizon Access is bringing fans closer to the NFL, providing access to free benefits, including tickets and premium fan experiences.
Honey?
But the gains are pumping.
Yeah, the market's closed.
Futures don't sleep in the after hours, bro.
Dad, is Mommy a finance bro?
She switched careers to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, penny stocks are blowing up. Sweetie, grab your piggy bank. We're going all in. Let me ask you, for your wedding, do you want a gazebo and a river?
I don't... What's a gazebo?
Something that your mother always wanted and never got.
Or you could give these different investment options a shot.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
I'm keeping the best.
Nina likes things now, so she came to us for her compounded GLP-1. She connected with a provider and her GLP-1 shipped in days.
So I can start losing weight now.
We got you, Nina. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-350-4483. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
You could go from point A to B, or you could go to point X. The BMW X-Range. Your next X venture starts here. Hurry in to lease a 2024 BMW X3 X-Drive 30i for $599 per month.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota has the best resale value of all brands according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
To build the Honda CR-V Hybrid, we took everything you love about the CR-V and kicked it up a notch with greater power for a CR-V unlike any before. Adventure confidently with Honda, car and driver's most awarded brand in 10 Best history. The CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
All right, we're about 40 minutes to kickoff, so with the players already on the field for warm-ups, why don't we check in with our screen pass brought to you by Pizza Hut. And we start with Miami at Indy, where the Colts get young quarterback Anthony Richardson back after he missed 2 games with an injured oblique. But TB, I tell you, the way they played with Joe Flacco filling in, the question right now is who's better as a starter for the team, Richardson or Flacco?
Flacco should be starting for Cleveland after the job he did for Cleveland last year.
Yeah.
But this year, he's got them at 3-3, throwing 7 touchdown passes to only 1 interception. Flacco should start for the Colts.
All right, we'll see if Richardson can finish. That's been a challenge for him as well. The Colts play the Dolphins, who have been without Tua and really haven't done anything. In fact, Miami has a league-low 5 touchdowns total in 5 games. Howie, how do they get anything going today?
Well, they haven't thrown a touchdown pass in 15 quarters. The Colts have struggled versus the run. They get HM back this week, Tua back next week. I'd say lean on the running game, get Tua back in a division that's still, believe it or not, winnable.
All right, let's move to the Eagles and Giants. Philadelphia coach Nick Sirianni got caught on camera chirping with Philly fans last week. A game that not only was at home, but they actually won. He apologized during the week. But, Jimmy, I want to know your thoughts on this.
Pretty silly, Curt. Pretty silly. You know, as far as Philadelphia, probably one of the more talented, underachieving teams in the league. He needs to be more of a coach and less of a fan.
And today he has to try and shut up a Giants defense that entered the week with a league-high 26 sacks. They haven't had that many through 6 games since 1985.
Wow.
Mr. Giant, Michael Strahan, why is this group so good at getting to the QB?
Because they are pretty good at it, Curt. That big guy right there, sexy Dexy. Dexter Lawrence, up the, he's doing it in an unconventional way. He's got 7 sacks, second in the league, and he's the defensive tackle. So much pressure from this guy up the middle. Brian Burns from the outside. Thibodeau when he was healthy, but now Ojulari has come in and filled in, had a big game last week for them there. So I just think the Giants overall, they're swarming to the quarterback, not giving them that outlet to get away.
All right, they're playing the Eagles today.
Pretty good.
And a running back who is pretty good. Did they let go Saquon Barkley? I'll ask you guys as players, and Jimmy, you as a coach, do you try and feed Saquon today knowing he wants to get back at his old team?
Without question. Give him the football. Let him do his thing.
And they know they're going to feed him. If I'm on the defensive side, I'm like, hey, let's take our old teammate down. Don't let him get that 100 yards.
He's been the most consistent player on that offense. Through the injuries, through struggles at quarterback, he's been the guy.
Opposite what I would do with him. Instead of running him, set up play action, I'd play action to him right off the bat. Because they're going to be zeroed
aggressive.
And then,
very aggressive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how the fans respond to him coming back there in New York for the first time. Hey, talk about running backs. Well, Cleveland got a special one back to the lineup today, don't they, Jay?
Yeah, how about this? What a great comeback story for one of the classiest guys in this league, and Nick Chubb. And when he went down 13 months ago, his knee injury was so gruesome, it actually took 2 surgeries for him to come back. They didn't know if he was going to come back, when he was going to come back. But now is he back? Kevin Stefanski tells me that he's going to start him today. He's going to be a captain today. And he was so excited this morning, Nick, that he actually showed up to the game well before the Browns, even camera guys could film his entrance to come into that game. And Kevin said, look, I got a special front row seat to see this guy's comeback doing all these sprints and hills when nobody else was watching. What a great comeback story for Nick Chubb.
Absolutely. As you said, one of the more beloved players in the league. All right, you still have time to make your picks for Fox Super 6, sponsored by DraftKings. Head to the Fox Sports app for your chance at free money. One of the questions today, who will have the most passing yards? Yeah, maybe it's Jalen Hurts' week as they take on the Giants. Well, for the first time, Saquon Barkley is getting ready in the visitors' locker room at the Meadowlands. Amon-Ra St. Brown is looking for his 4th straight game with a touchdown, while Curt Cousins and the Falcons look for their 4th straight win. He spent 6 seasons, of course, in Minnesota, where Sam Darnold has resurrected his career. Yeah, you do it twice, more than once, who knows. Up next, we'll share his thoughts about how his undefeated start and a big-time showdown today he has with the 4-1 Lions. Plus, later, 2 of the best to ever do it sit down together. We've got Patrick Mahomes and our own Tom Brady, and they let us listen in on their conversation. Wow. 14 Super Bowl appearances, 10 Super Bowl rings, and 8 Super Bowl MVP awards in that one shot. How cool.
You watching my special, aren't you?
No. I just got this great NFL offer. Guaranteed, all up front. And this one's going to be hard to pass up.
Breaking news. LeBron James has a guaranteed NFL offer. He says it's, quote, going to be hard to pass up.
Seriously? Ooh. Somebody got to call a plumber, because you got a leak.
With DraftKings, new customers turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours.
Wing of bat and foot of crow, eagle's egg and seagull's toe, bits of wasp and ooze of fly, soon I too can take to the sky.
Mom, are you still busy cooking?
Well, you're welcome to come and help me a bit, Freya.
Mom, there's no helping you anymore. Don't you know? Red Bull gives you wings.
It's game time.
Let's talk later.
Step aside, Ant. It's a big man job.
The valley is ready, Kawhi. What? You can't hear us, Bam?
These guys again.
Go, New York, go! Go, New York!
It's tip-off time. Let's go.
And here we go. It's a circus inside this building.
Hey. No flex, zone. Hey. Hey. No flex, zone. They know better. They know better.
Get the boneless meal deal only at Wingstop.
Did you just pay with PayPal?
Yes, it keeps my info safe, even at this shady lemonade stand.
Who are you calling shady, mister?
Oh, like this is fresh squeeze. Give me a break, Logan. I want to pay with you everywhere. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Jordan Love is winning MVP this year.
Only a fool wouldn't at least consider someone like Joe Coolborough. Are you a fool, Mr. Harrison?
Be a football know-it-all with NFL Plus Premium.
You want to be a lifeguard? This is the real deal.
Rescue High Surf is the hottest show on TV. And tomorrow,
local surf legend dies and she's the last one to touch a body.
will the team
I had him in my arms.
come crashing down? Rescue High Surf, all new tomorrow at 9 on Fox.
The expectations here in Detroit are sky high.
They have so many guys that can make plays. There's really a weapon.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Jared Goff!
We are resilient. We're going to find a way to win.
We can go far.
Super Bowl. To New Orleans, baby.
A little razzle-dazzle in the Lone Star State. Hutchinson joining the sack party, and he is not getting up.
Suffered a gruesome leg injury.
You know, Aiden is heartbeat of our team.
This next man up. If we get somebody, great. If we don't, these are our guys.
Look, they're the highest scoring team in the league, so no question the Lions' offense is rolling, but the defense is going to have to find a way to rock steady without the great Aiden Hutchinson. At the top of the hour, they'll face a guy who's overcome his own adversity. But now Sam Darnold has more than just found a home, Carissa Thompson. He's reminding people why just a couple years ago he was the 3rd overall pick in the draft.
You're right, Curt. Yeah, not that many years ago, but Sam Darnold's already on his 4th team in 7 seasons. And even after a lot of lows, he has never given up on himself. And now he's finally getting a taste of the highs with the Vikings.
In my career, what haven't I learned? April 26th, 2018, it changed my life forever. got drafted by the New York Jets.
They gave him the starting job when he was 20 years old.
With all that promise, the hope is he is your franchise quarterback.
Darnold just can't do it.
In the toughest times of my career, it's taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot about myself.
The new quarterback of the Carolina
April
Panthers
6th, 2021 was the day I was traded from the New York Jets to the Carolina Panthers. I was just excited to kind of, be able to start fresh.
This is a fair chance for Sam Darnold to redeem himself.
You have had a full year with Sam Darnold, and you've realized he is not the answer.
Giving up was never an option. I'm always going to fight for what I'm capable of. March 14th, 2023 was the day that I signed with the San Francisco 49ers. So I learned a ton. Just to be able to, spend time in that system, spend time around Brock, it was just a really good learning experience for me. March 12th, 2024 was the day that I signed with the Minnesota Vikings. They didn't say I was going to be the starter, and I was aware that there was a potential of drafting a quarterback. I was always going to prepare myself to be able to go out there and play really good football. I really felt like this place was a great fit for me, just to be able to work with KO, to be in a good system, a good situation, some good skill players around me, really good offensive line.
He'll go that way to the end zone. Touchdown! Dives into the end zone, throws. Sam Darnold putting on a show.
Sam has had an amazing transformation.
KO from the start, made sure that I knew how much belief he had in me. That was very just reassuring on why I came to Minnesota. He tells me all the time, how proud he is, especially after wins.
We got a real one at the quarterback position. Yeah. I'm so freaking proud of you, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, it's awesome. And, that's just the atmosphere we have here in Minnesota. We're very serious about football. We don't take anything for granted, but at the same time, yeah, football's fun. Yeah, I didn't know if, it was supposed to be that way. And I feel like sometimes that can get lost while you're in the NFL because it is a business. Last year, I just got to sit back and realize how special the NFL is to be able to play this game at such a high level with all these guys around me. Man, there's nothing like it.
This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning, man.
And so in my career, what haven't I learned? No, I've learned a ton in my journey, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I love that. Such a good story. And Darnold's newfound success might have caught the league off guard, but not the Vikings. Justin Jefferson said this week that nothing has surprised him about his quarterback's performance. So, Jimmy, are you a Sam Darnold fan?
I'm a Sam Darnold fan, and a very nice piece on him. Very nice of you to do it because he's very deserving.
Yes, he is.
You look at Sam Darnold, though, everybody knew the talent. Everybody knew the talent was there. The problem was they looked back all the way back to USC, and he turned the football over. So he didn't protect the football. Now, he is protecting the football now, only 4 interceptions. He's taken a few sacks, but he's not putting that defense in poor field position. And their defense, led by, defensive coordinator Brian Flores, they put 8 men up on the line. The quarterback doesn't know who's going to drop, who's going to rush. They're creating more negative plays than anybody in the league. And for that reason, they're good enough to win it all.
Yeah, and I think the offense it starts with the offense. And Justin Jefferson, particularly against Detroit, he's put up monster numbers versus Detroit. How they deal with him in the secondary, they're very aggressive secondary, very handsy, a lot of pass interference calls. How this game is officiated will be a big key to the game. But people, when Minnesota jumps out, their defense feeds off of that. They playing with a lead. They become uber aggressive, and I think for Detroit, it's lean into who you are. Your offensive line is physical. Lean into that. Lean into your 2 running backs, Montgomery and Gibbs. Play action pass with Goff. I think there are holes. Anytime you bring someone in pressure, there's a hole. Yeah. It's just a question of can Goff find it in time. They've seen this defense 2 times last year. Granted, new pieces, Van Ginkel, he's been great, but they've seen this group.
Goff has been great the last 2 weeks, getting them over 40 points. But is it crazy to think this game could come down to defense? These are 2 of the top 10 scoring defenses in the league.
You've
been answering it for 20 minutes, so go ahead and finish.
No, but it is. I mean, you take a look at this Minnesota defense. They give up 15 points a game. Detroit's defense only gives up 18 points a game. So this may not be a shootout at all.
I
would think
no.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. I mean, you got these great offenses, but on the other side, the biggest thing with Detroit, how they're going to be without Aiden Hutchinson. Are they going to be able to put pressure on the quarterback? And do you have to blitz more? That's going to be a big adjustment for them. But obviously, defenses play a very important role in all of this. And I think that Minnesota's just a pleasant surprise. You see a nice guy like Sam Darnold actually being in a system and a team that wants him. You're pulling for him. Yep. But then on the other side, you're pulling for Detroit because you have a quarterback who was in that situation now, who has found a home, and a team who's on the right path, but then loses a big player. And it'll be interesting to see how they respond defensively.
This is the best division in all of football.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, last place team is 4-2. Yeah, that's exactly. Chicago right now. All right, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's lost 3 in a row, coming off a bye, Michael, against Atlanta, who's won 3 straight. I mean, Seattle starts off for 3 games. They've given up 14 points a game. The last 3, they're giving up 36 points a game. They, for some reason, can't stop the rush defensively. They last week gave up over 200 yards in rushing. And now they're going against an Atlanta team where they got a lot of production out of young players. This guy right there, Bijan Robinson, had over 100 yards last week himself. Drake London in the receiving game. So I think for Seattle, Geno Smith, no one throws the ball more than Geno Smith in this league, but they're always playing from behind. They're going to have to do like they did the first 3 games, stop the run, get a lead, and just try to run away with this against the Atlanta Falcons. But it's not going to be easy because the Falcons are on a team that's on the rise, and Curt Cousins is doing what they expected him to do when they brought him in and gave him that monster contract. An interesting game going on at Lambeau today. Houston at the Packers.
How much fun is that going to be? I think Matt LaFleur, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, is the happiest guy in the world. Jordan Love, his young quarterback, kind of a gunslinger. Well, a guy that I love to watch play, Howie. When I turn on the TV and Jordan Love is playing, I want to watch him. He's got Watson. He's got Dobbs. He has Jaden Reed, 3 great wide receivers. How many times have you heard me say this, folks? Hey, surround me with talent, and I'll show you what I can do. And, boy, they're just doing a great job offensively in Green Bay. But earlier, we talked about defense. Could it be Minnesota defense? Well, with Green Bay, they have already created 17 takeaways. Last year, they only had 18 for the whole year. Their defense is doing an outstanding job.
Well, you got Love in that game. You got Stroud, a great quarterback matchup going on at Lambeau. And when we come back, we've got another pair of great quarterbacks. They've done head-to-head in the Super Bowl. And in a moment, they'll go mano-a-mano on a microphone. The conversation between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady that you can only see right here next on Fox NFL Sunday.
I thought
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. The authentic Jersey way. You can't fake that. And look, you can fake a lot of stuff these days. You can fake my outfit, but you can't fake freshly sliced turkey. You can fake these haunches, but you can't fake freshly sizzled bacon. Nay, you just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. It's nice to be back in my real body. Number 13, please. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Welcome to Old El Paso, where tacos and football just make sense. Where our seasoning makes all your game day eats bolder. Where standing stuffed shells mean no topping fumbles ever. Go on, get yourself some at Old El Paso.
Universal Basic Guys, all new tonight on Fox.
You could go from point A to B, or you could go to point X. The BMW X Range. Your next X venture starts here. Hurry in to lease a 2024 BMW X3 X-Drive 30i for $599 per month.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota has the best resale value of all brands according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
To build the Honda CR-V Hybrid, We took everything you love about the CR-V and kicked it up a notch with greater power for a CR-V unlike any before. Adventure confidently with Honda, Car and Driver's most awarded brand in 10 Best history. The CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
I'm actor Eric Winter, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. For more than 2 decades, Tunnel to Towers has been supporting America's greatest heroes. The foundation is continuing to pay off mortgages for fallen first responders and Gold Star families with young children. Now, T2T is committing itself to eradicating veteran homelessness. Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Let us do good.
One man won 2 Super Bowls against the same team. And today, he's back for more.
Once again, Kansas City's going down. Hey, why are you wearing Chiefs gear in San Francisco, huh? Who do you think you are?
I'm Pat-Man. And technically, we're in Santa Clara.
But for the Niners, this is no joking matter.
What is my proposition? That we kill the Pat-Man.
Kill him? Joe Kittle, that's way too far.
I meant metaphorically. On the field.
Oh.
By the way, what's up with that red stuff on your face? Oh, that's ketchup. I had a hot dog for lunch.
Oh.
And Pat-Man's sidekick is in his new girlfriend era.
You're a late boy, I wonder? Don't call me that. I'm older than you. Let me guess, you were hanging out with your girlfriend, the Catwoman, again. I told you, she's more of a cat lady.
But will the KC Crusader prevail again?
He hasn't responded to the Pat signal, sir.
Don't worry, he'll show. He may wait until the 4th quarter, but he'll show.
Can't you just text them, because this is a lot.
Hey, the Pat-Man, but we've got our own superhero right here at Fox. Because with 7 rings to show, no one has more Super Bowls than Tom Brady. Yet even he couldn't accomplish what Patrick Mahomes is trying to do. That's win 3 straight Super Bowls. Mahomes is 2/3 the way there, and his Chiefs are undefeated coming into today's Super Bowl rematch with the Niners. Those topics and more were front and center when the GOAT sat down with the kid.
What's up, man?
What's up, big boy?
How you doing? Good seeing you.
I know, it's been a long time.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah, I know the first time we met, it was after the AFC Championship game in 2018, and we celebrated on the field, and I really wanted to make sure I went over and just said, hey, congrats, man, you're doing all the right things. How do you remember that meeting?
Yeah, I mean, you said it exactly. I think for me, the biggest thing was obviously you're Tom, man. You've done this for a long time, and you had that thought process in that moment to come into the locker room, and you looked at me and you said, you're doing it the right way. Yeah. Keep doing it like that, and you'll have success.
And the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57.
It is a dynasty. There is no better big play quarterback in the world.
You have this amazing ability, obviously, to improvise.
Mahomes magic.
You have such great technique when you're throwing on the run, especially to the right. You're always inside. I always call that inside, where you're kind of inside the frame of your body, and that ball just snaps off.
That's stuff that I work on. I use those hips and that like that obliques muscles to really rotate through there.
Yeah, I've seen you work on those on your little IG posts, and you move it around. It looks so good.
Well, the people will see the dad bar. That's for a reason. It's the obliques. I'm getting them right.
We got to keep a little padding there.
Exactly.
We're getting hit all the time. They don't understand that. We can't look like all those receivers all the time.
Hey, girly girl. There's my boy.
But let's talk about something that obviously we both love. You're a dad, your wife's pregnant.
Yes.
And you've got your 3rd kid on the way, another girl. Tell me about that. I got a little girl. Tell me about being a girl dad.
I mean, you know, it's special. growing up, I always wanted to have a boy first, and so he could grow up in the clubhouses and stuff like that. And then I had a girl, and it's like God knew exactly what to do with me. He helped me mature as a man, and there's just a different bond with a daughter because you have to be that protector. I truly appreciate every moment because I have these kids now, and I'm not old yet, but I mean these NFL years are flying by, and I want to make sure I appreciate these times that I have where they're able to come out and see me play the sport that I love.
Now, obviously, this game we got the Niners. You guys have been 4-0 against them. 2 of those wins in the Super Bowl. So, are you at the point in your career where, like, you go back and you watch those games where mentally you can start to kind of visualize how things are going to happen in the game? Is it really clear for you at this point?
It's starting to, and even if you look back at the Super Bowl, I watched it this week, and I'm looking at the first half. I'm like, you watch this first half, there's no way you think we win. But at the same time, it's almost like I know what the defense is supposed to do, and I'm just going to make sure that I keep gaining that information so I can keep getting better and better as my years go on.
The pass is caught. Touchdown!
People compared me to Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw, 4 Super Bowls. You got 3 in all their records. Now they compare you to me. So how's that make you feel? And now that I'm sitting right here in front of you.
No, it's honestly an honor. I'm not saying that because you're sitting here. I mean, you did it the right way. I think more than even the Super Bowls, it was the consistency you showed every single year, every single day, is you came to work and you came to win.
One play at a time. We're not done.
And so for me, it gives me something to chase. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to get there, but I'll do my best trying to get there.
So in the same way that I met you the first time today, I just want to say, proud of you. Keep doing your thing the right way. But we'll say this: you're 16-1 on Fox. Okay. 2 of your Super Bowl wins have been on Fox. Yep. I get to be in New Orleans this year because I'm doing the game, and it would be amazing to watch you compete. It's a long way from now. But what a pleasure it is to be with you, and good luck the rest of the way.
Let's do it again in New Orleans, man.
All right, here in the studio, we are in Los Angeles. Tom Brady is in Santa Clara getting ready to call that game, but through the magic of television, boom. There he is, joining us right now. That is cool. I like that. Man? Wow. Hey, nice. Tom, you've been on the receiving end of a lot of interviews. Now you're conducting them. You're a real TV guy now. Did you like that?
Hey, first time ever, literally sitting on the other side in the other chair. And I kept asking our producer, Joel, I'm like, am I doing this right? How many questions do I got? Can I look at on my notes? But it was really just a fun experience. And Patrick's such a cool guy. We probably could have sat there for another hour or two just talking about football and our lives and stuff. I think there's a lot of things that I've seen over the years from him. So many people look at the way that he performs on the field. I pay more attention to what's going on with him off the field, how he's paying attention to his teammates in the offseason. I know he's going to be a great player once the season kicks off, but he says all the right things. He does all the right things. What a performer he is. The Chiefs are lucky to have him.
Howie?
Yeah, I think, Tom, you and Patrick have a lot in common. Obviously the championships, and I think doing it by any means necessary with different personnel. It's different wide receiver groupings, tight ends, offensive lines, and certainly he has his issues this year with the tackles. Brown's down, Rashid Rice is out. Having to adapt and leaning on a team right now that's led by a defense that's holding opponents to 17 points a game. It's time for him to come in and be a factor in the game, end of season, and they both have that in common.
Yeah. Howie, coaches spend a tremendous amount of time trying to instill confidence and belief in players because when they believe they're going to win, they work harder, they're better prepared. And when I was drafting players or recruiting players, I always looked for individuals that were successful under pressure. And when you have a Tom Brady or a Terry Bradshaw or a Patrick Mahomes, there's a lot of players on that team that might be average for someone else, for another team. But because they have that special player on their team, leading their team, they elevate their performance. And that's what makes it special to have great players on your team.
Tom, we keep talking about this being a Super Bowl rematch, and it obviously is. The Chiefs won 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years facing San Francisco. One was a fourth quarter comeback. The other was an overtime win. So what can the Niners do to try and get over the hump against Kansas City today?
Well, I think it's I call it 2 words: competitive stamina. And I think the hard part about playing against Patrick is he knows that he's got a great defense. He's going to try to make all the right plays early in the game. He's going to take what the defense gives him. And I think what we've seen a lot from him this year is when he needs it, he's going to make the plays. But he's doing such a good job managing the game. And part of that's the evolution of being a great quarterback in the NFL. He's been that since the time that he entered the league. From 18, 19, 20, that was one of the offenses that was 40 points a game. He was putting up monster touchdown numbers. But the difference is the team's evolved. It's changed. They've lost some of their weapons. And because of that, he's turned into a guy that is there to perform when it matters the most. And to him, it doesn't matter whether it's 4 touchdowns. He just wants to get the win. And so much, that's ultimately how I evolved as a player. It became less about, am I in the MVP race? Am I going to be a Pro Bowler? Am I going to be an All-Pro? It came to me, am I good enough for my team to win today? Have I evolved at a point as a player where I'm going to do what I need to do regardless of what it takes any given day? And that's rarefied air, because that gives you a chance to improve every single week, every single year. That's the constant motivation. Was I the best player I could be for this team regardless of circumstance, regardless of whether Rashee Rice is here or not, regardless of whether we lose a great player in free agency like Tyreek Hill? He's going to show up every day to work. He's so dependable, so consistent, and I really look forward to seeing him play today.
Well, we look forward to hearing you call it. That's America's Game of the Week later on today. Thanks a lot, Tom. Get some rest. Have a great call in between. He's in Silicon Valley, tech capital of the world, really. So use our technology, and there he goes.
Hey, come on in here, Jimmy, because he's gone. Kick him out here. But I mean, the technology is really cool nowadays, what you can do, except for the scale is a little off. Tom Brady is not bigger than me. I will tell you that right now, America. Don't you dare run up on me, Tom Brady. Plus the noggin was like giving Howie a run for his money.
Hey, look, this is a two-gap head. But this is a four-man front defensive head. This head is a two-gap head.
But it really is amazing over technology. And don't get any ideas. You still need to come to work.
He's going to be around forever.
Yeah. But I would tell you this, though. With the 49ers in this game today, I'm Mason has filled in admirably for McCaffrey being out. I think Kyle Shanahan's done a great job of dialing up that running game to get him involved. You get the rookie Pearsall, you get him back, thankfully, from the gunshot injury that he had earlier.
He's supposed to be the real deal.
Yeah, he's the real deal. Yeah. But this is a team that has blown leads. They had 2 10-point leads early in the season against the Rams, against the Cardinals, division games. They lost those, almost lost a 10-point lead against Seattle last week. Do they believe that they can win when they're up?
Yeah.
You got to keep your foot on the gas pedal.
When you lose the Super Bowl with 1:53 left in the fourth quarter and you lose that game, go into tie game, and then lose in overtime, trust me when I say you want revenge, and that'll happen today for the 49ers.
All right, let's find out who is in and out here in Week 7, starting with that game in Jay Glazer, brought to you by Geico.
If holograms make us taller, where do I sign up? I'm in. All right, we're going to continue with that game here. Ricky Pearsall, what a great comeback story. Shot in a robbery attempt in preseason. He will make his NFL debut today and be in different packages for the 49ers. On the other side, Juju Smith-Schuster, he's been questionable with a hamstring injury. He is good to go. Stick with the receiver here. Malik Neighbors been out for a couple weeks with a concussion. He is good for the Giants. And Stray talked about that pass rush. Both Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence, who are questionable going in this game, are both good. Aaron Jones, T.J. Hawkinson for the Vikings. Aaron Jones, Kevin O'Connell tells me that he's good to go. T.J. Hawkinson, he wanted to hold him out one more week, just make sure that hamstring is good because they play again Thursday. And Odell Beckham Jr., he's been banged up again with a hamstring injury, but he is active. And one more got to talk about here. Kenneth Walker Jr., man, this guy can't catch a break this season. Been banged up recently, but he got sick on the way to Atlanta. You see him here. He is active for Seattle. They just got to see how he holds up there as he's dealing with this with that little illness that he got on the way.
All right, thanks, Jay. Time now for FanDuel's Hunch of the Week. This is where we build our own parlay, and we'll start with you, TB. How many touchdowns for Sam Darnold today against the Lions?
Love Sam Darnold, so proud of him. 2 touchdowns for him, but unfortunately, I think the Lions win.
All right, Jimmy, how many rushing yards for Saquon Barkley against his old Giant team?
A very motivated, great player, going to get over 100 yards, and the Eagles will win.
Michael, how many receiving yards for Tyreek Hill against the Colts?
Well, I think Tyreek Hill will get 80 yards, but I still think that they're struggling offensively. I picked the Colts.
All right, new FanDuel customers can get an additional $300 in bonus bets when they sign up and make a $5 bet, like this one that would pay out right about $71. Howie, make a pick between the big game today, the Chiefs and 49ers.
Yeah, if it were 4 or 5 weeks from now, San Francisco at full strength, it might go differently, but Jimmy's picked the upset all year long. I'm going to go with Kansas City in the upset.
No, he missed one.
All right. One game is already in the books. It happened over in London where Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars took on the Patriots, TB.
That's a beautiful throw, setting up Lawrence, looking deep, 58-yard strike down the middle to Brian Thomas. Beautiful throw, awesome catch. That led to a Bigsby right off right tackle, crashes in for a 1-yard touchdown, 32-16, Jacksonville over New England.
All right, New England has now lost 6 in a row. It is week number 7. It's just about ready to roll. Who will it be lucky week 7 for? The answers begin to unfold as the early games kick off right here on Fox next. Thanks for watching Fox NFL Sunday, presented by GMC.
This is you, and this is your surprising hunch.
I'd take the over.
The kind of hunch that pops up anywhere.
Buffalo. It's Broncos time.
And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when you bet $5 if you win.